I'm back with another album review. For the next part of my album review series, I'll be reviewing the albums from Alter Bridge, which is a band from Orlando who've been together since 2004. The band consists of Miles Kennedy on lead vocals and rhythm guitar, Mark Tremonti on lead guitar, Brian Marshall on bass, and Scott Phillips on drums. I previously mentioned this band when reviewing the albums from Creed, as well as Scott Stapp's solo work. I also mentioned that Alter Bridge formed after Creed originally disbanded back in 2004. Brian Marshall did come back, and they brought in Miles Kennedy to be their singer because they were fans of his previous band called the Mayfield Four. The name of the band comes from a bridge near Mark Tremonti's home in Detroit. I did mention that I started listening to Creed in 2021, and sometime after that was when I started listening to Alter Bridge. Anyways, today's review is on One Day Remains, which is the band's debut album. It was produced, recorded, and mixed by Ben Gross, with the band themselves serving as co-producers. The album was recorded at Tree Sound Studios in Atlanta and Empty Studios in Orlando. Keyboards and programming were handled by Jamie Mahobrick and Blumpy. Blumpy also helped Adam Barber with additional engineering and editing. Additional editing and tech support were handled by Shilpa Patel, who has previously worked with Creed. Even though Miles Kennedy is the band's rhythm guitarist, this is the only Alter Bridge album where he doesn't play guitar. The album was released on August 10th, 2004 on Wind Up Records, the same label that Creed were with back then. Scott Stapp was also signed on to that label as a solo artist, and I already reviewed and ranked his solo work. Now let's talk about the songs. The intro to this album is Find the Real, which was released as a single on February 10th, 2005. Fun fact, the song was used as the theme song for the 2005 WWE Royal Rumble. Now, the WWE has also used songs by Creed. This is telling me that they enjoy music that kicks ass. This is also the very first Alter Bridge song I ever listened to. The next track is One Day Remains. Obviously, this is the title track for the album. After that is Open Your Eyes, which was released as a single on June 11th, 2004. Right around that time was when Creed officially split up. The song ended up receiving a music video. There's a link in the description. Next up is Burn It Down. In 2012, Linkin Park also released a song called Burn It Down on their album Living Things. It's not a cover of the Alter Bridge song, just to be clear. And you know damn well Beavis would love this song because he loves fire. Up next is Metalingus. Even though this is one of the band's most popular songs, it was never released as a single for some reason. These guys regularly play it during live shows. It's also my favorite song from this album. That's followed up by Broken Wings, which was released as a single on June 27th, 2005. The song did receive a music video, and there's a link in the description. We followed up with In Loving Memory. The story of the song is very sad because Mark Tremonti wrote about the death of his mother, Mary Elizabeth Tremonti, who sadly passed away in 2002. I can relate to this because my mom passed away 20 years later. I even said fuck cancer multiple times at her funeral. Even though this song was never released as a single, it's still really popular. What comes next is Down to My Last. I think this is a pretty good song. What's next is Watch Your Words. This track is 39 seconds longer than the previous one. The second to last track is Shed My Skin. The song is 17 seconds shorter than the last one. The ending of this album is The End Is Here. It's quite appropriate that this is the last song on the album given the title. When researching this album, I read that peaked at number 5 on the Billboard 200. It was also number 37 in Australia, 61 in Germany, 56 in the Netherlands, 25 in New Zealand, 54 in Switzerland, and 102 in the UK. When it comes to the critics, there were mixed reactions. AllMusic, Blender, and Slant didn't like it. However, KNAT gave this album a 4 out of 5, so it's fair to say that the other publications are full of shit. Now for my thoughts. I really enjoyed this album. It's definitely heavier than anything that Creed has ever made. In many ways, Miles Kennedy is a better singer than Scott Stapp. Don't get me wrong, Scott is a good singer, but I feel like Miles is even more talented. I don't think there's any animosity between Miles and Scott, given the fact that their bands share the same bassist, drummer, and lead guitarist. I am aware that Alter Bridge are nowhere near as popular as Creed, but at the same time they haven't gotten nearly as much hate. Besides, the hate behind Creed was blown out of proportion. Overall, I highly recommend this album. Now's the part where I question you. Have you listened to One Day Remains? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? How would you compare these guys to Creed? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notify of future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another review.